So if you haven't heard, King Charles III just stripped Prince Andrew of all royal titles and evicted him from the royal lodge. So a lot of people don't understand the significance of what this means, especially from the perspective of this whole white hat deep state operation that we are going through at the moment. And so I want to talk a little bit about this and also what it means as we move forward, especially with regards to what Q has been saying this entire time about dismantling the entire deep state. So let's get right into it. So guys, before we get into the updates, I wanted to quickly bring to your attention once again my Give, Send, Go campaign, where I am attempting to finish a fundraiser from this entire past year. And we're currently only a few $1,000s short of our goal. And I would love it, guys, if you can partner with me to reach our goal. We're almost there, and it supports my entire mission here in Korea, as well as paying for my staff, other costs, including legal and operations costs. And all the information, if you want details, is in the link down below. And you can see it here as I'm showing it on the screen. It's givesendgo.com/chrisyoonyt. I also alternatively have PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo. If you guys want to support me there, please let's get over the line as quickly as possible so we can move on from me talking about this all the time. So thank you guys all for the support so far, and let's get back into it. Now, Prince Andrew is the brother of King Charles III, and he has been in succession to the British throne since birth because of his bloodline. But right now, because of all the stuff going on with Epstein, with the allegations, I don't even want to say it here on YouTube, but it's very significant. It is stuff that's being projected and talked about outwardly for his behavior and his actions as part of all of the stuff with the woman and all of that. And because of the scandal and how bad it has become with regards to how it's being publicly portrayed, not necessarily all the conspiracy stuff, but anything that is just outwardly being publicly shown on news media, mainstream media talking about this, is becoming so bad that they had to take action. And formally what that means is that all of his royal titles has been removed, and he's removed from being state-sponsored at the Royal Lodge in Windsor. And this decision follows Prince Charles's ties to Jeffrey Epstein and all that stuff regarding the SA allegations by Virginia Giuffre, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, who died strangely in April 2025 after settling a lawsuit against him, Prince Charles, back in 2022. And so, again, I don't want to go too much into the details of all that stuff, but what I do want to cover is everything that is happening with what Q has been saying, as well as what needs to be shown publicly. And so this is the royal communications, where an official statement from the Buckingham Palace was stated, but there's nothing new here. It's just saying the same thing that the media is reporting. And if you look at some of the Q posts that talk about, and this is coming from 5-6 years ago, where it was all there, all of the evidence, some of the stuff that the posts have been talking about, where Prince Andrew is deeply connected. And again, I'm not going to go into all of the crazy stuff there. If you go down that deep, rabbit hole in the dark web, you're going to see a lot of crazy things. And it's not AI. It's none of that stuff. This was posted way before AI. And this is all evidence of some of the stuff that he's did. And right here, what you see in front of you from the Q post is very tame compared to some of the other stuff. And so Prince Andrew, deeply connected to Rachel Chandler and just various other things. But here's what's more important. Q has mentioned multiple times that not everything, this is post 27, not everything can be publicly disclosed because so much ties back to foreign heads of state. Much will be revealed. We want transparency, but not at a cost we can't recover from. Now think about what that means, how much it will ruin the image and sort of the status quo of society if we showcase and, uncover so much for the general public that when they consume it, it's going to be crazy for them. And then if you remember post 21, it says world stalemate. We all have the goods on everyone else. That's part of the reason why some things that tie back to foreign heads of state will remain classified. Not all. We are in one of the most critical times of our country. Trump and others are working to balance what we're doing well for America, for the common person to endorse, while at the same time purify our government and remove bad actors who are entrenched. There's so much string pulling and blackmail that we need to cut these off to truly gain the power granted to us by the patriots and hardworking people of this great country. Now, this is talking about the U.S., but also foreign heads of state, as this post specifically says. Now, again, this post was November 1st, 2017. That's an interesting delta because this is literally November 1st at the time of this recording. Now, the news about his exposure had officially come on the 30th, I believe. But still, within this whole week, it's very crazy. And I did want to mention that that previous post I mentioned, 27, was also November 1st. And what's also interesting is that October 31st, if you look up some of the posts dated on the 31st of October, now this is coming from 2020, but it says 4946, post 4946, are you ready to take back control of this country? 4945, are you ready to hold the political elite, in brackets, protected, accountable? Are you ready to hold the political elite accountable? And 4944, are you ready to finish what we started? Nothing can stop what is coming. It's not just a catch phrase. Now, you got to remember, this is one out of many that are going to see justice. Now, again, I don't know specifics to if there's deals or other stuff behind the scenes or what's going on, whether he's already, taken care of, if you catch my drift, or whatever it is. But from the public's perspective, it has to be done in sort of a tame way, such that it would be digested, it would be appropriately reacted to, not only by media, but just the general public. And so, again, it's, as Q has said, it's so complicated. There's so much deep-rooted evil that it has to be done in a calculated way. So I'm saying this not just to harp on this man and, this whole thing by the UK, but really to give attention to the fact that we are in a position or in a state of exposure of the takedown. And this whole operation is just getting started. And God is allowing justice to happen, and we are just in for the ride. And so we're able to see it. It's an exciting time to see how this will unfold. But if there is, satanic evil that's rooted in the world, it has to be dealt with. And we're seeing that come to pass right now. So let me know what you guys think, if this is the start, a lot more stuff into November, and if there's any other interesting things, comments regarding this. But I'm just looking at this as, wow, crazy news, and there's a lot that's being connected back to the posts as well as other stuff. So stay tuned, more to come. And again, I just want to reiterate my campaign down below, givesendgo.com/Chrisyoonyt. If you guys want to help me out, we're only a few $1,000s away, guys. I would love to get to that goal. If we just had a few hundred people just help out in some small way, I would love it. If God is leading you to do it, would love it. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.